This is a hard life. You chose it and it suits you. I chose it when I chose you. Renee never had a choice.
What do you do if you see something?
Don't run.
How are you, Summer?
I'm better now. How are
I know
you?
that was a little too stressful for just a simple interview. Where are you currently at?
I'm in Manitoba, my home.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're from there originally, right?
I am, yeah.
How are things in Manitoba? Snowing, cold?
Actually, not really. We're having a weird year. It's usually like really snowy by now, but it's not that bad. So
Well,
yeah.
that's good. Even the
Yeah.
Christmas time, a little warm. I'm in Chicago and it's like 50 degrees today, so it's like people
Oh
are
yeah.
freaking out, don't know what to do because it's so warm. It's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, I get it. Well, it's funny. I've been seeing you. It seems like I've been seeing a lot of you. I saw you in Clouds recently.
Oh really?
Yeah, and now I saw you in Hunter x Hunter, so you're all over. Basically. This was cool. This was an interesting. When you look at Clouds and this one, completely two different movies.
Oh, yeah.
In every
Big
aspect.
range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me what kind of appealed to you about this film, because I mean you've done kind of a horror genre with Chucky movies before, but this one I feel was like the most kind of darkest and mysterious and a little bit of every thriller in this movie. What appealed to you when you read the script initially, and what were kind of your initial impressions about the role and the film?
Well, originally the script, it really resonated with me, and my character was actually supposed to be a boy, but
Really?
something
Wow.
about the tomboy, and I felt like I could make Renee like a girl, and I ended up doing it, and I don't know, that I really liked, and the small family living in the woods, like something about it, like I like the creepy aspect, like something's gonna go wrong, and so I think that really intrigued me, and the ending just blew my mind. So
No,
yeah.
completely. You're kind of from Canada and Manitoba, so you're familiar with the woods and in so
Yeah.
many ways. This is not some setting that you haven't been around. So you knew kind of about the forest life, kind of the nature, wilderness. That was somewhat familiar, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm not a city girl and I'm not full country. I'm more of suburbs, so
Mm-hmm.
I understood kind of the climate and like what it was going to be like going in and filming, and it was cold, I'll admit it, but it felt like home, so I don't know. Yeah, it was cool. It was
Where did you
nice.
guys film the film at?
We went up to Nopaming National Park for a bit of it, and then we were in Birds Hill Park, which is closer to where I live. So yeah, we moved around a lot. It was cool to see different sceneries and be out in nature the whole time.
Yeah, how it looked really cool on
Yeah.
film. Like you guys were literally kind of looked at like in a real forest with wilderness and that. What was kind of the set like then when you're literally on a location like that? Did it kind of make it more alive and real to you that you're just being in a location like that?
Yeah, it for sure did. And the fact that it wasn't a huge budget and like lots of cameras and everything, it felt really the crew was smaller. It felt like a little family filming it, and we're all just in the woods having a good time making this amazing movie. It was really cool.
Mm-hmm. You had a gun. You were handling a gun in this movie at some point. What was
Yeah.
that kind of like? It was cool to kind of see it. Like, whoa, you're really going for it full out. There's
Yeah.
no messing around there. Did you get any sort of like training, or how was that whole aspect of it? I'm guessing it was the
Yeah.
first time.
It was my first time handling a gun, holding
Yeah.
one at all, actually. And so, yeah, they just kind of showed me how to hold it so I wouldn't look, dumb on camera. I wanted to make sure that Renee like looked like she knew what she was doing and wasn't Summer Howell just holding a gun for the first time. So, yeah, they helped me out with that, and I think it ended up being really good. And I had to run with it, pretend I was shooting things, so it was cool.
Did you really get to shoot anything or out of
Oh, not
it?
allowed.
Or-
That's not allowed. No.
Interesting. Yeah, just that's why I was wondering. I'm like, you don't usually see younger people kind of
Yeah.
wielding, big rifles like that. So that's cool to know. But you made it look realistic. That's all that matters at the end. You pulled
Yeah.
it off. Um, I've been a big fan of Devon for years, and he plays your father in the film. I'm talking to Camille actually tomorrow too, so I'm
Oh,
excited
cool.
about that. What was it kind of like on set with them, playing your parents? Were they kind of parental to you, or friend? Like, what was kind of the vibe offset with them around? Because you're kind of the youngest person really in the film,
Right.
and all these accomplished actors kind of playing parental figures. What was it like bonding with them offset?
Well, at first it was a little intimidating with Devin, but it immediately, like, ice was broken. And if anything, the intimidation helped a little bit with the beginning because my first scenes with him were all outside and me learning from him. And so it helped play into the dynamic between Renee and her father and how she wants to impress him and make everything seem like she knows what she's doing. And that really helped. And then by the time we were doing scenes in the cabin and they weren't so serious, we were like friendly and Devin was funny and it was very comfortable. He made it really comfortable working with him.
Mm-hmm. And Camille playing your mom, was there kind of a maternal sense to that too?
She's the nicest person ever and I love working with fellow Canadians, and so
Right.
yeah, it was really easy to bond with her and it felt so natural acting with her. She definitely felt like my mom for sure, especially if she was being stern with me. So yeah, Camille's great, and she made it super easy to work with her.
That's cool to hear. I've spoken to Devin before, just a great guy, and get to speak to Camille. So I'm fully getting the experience too, talking to all of you guys.
Yeah, you get the whole family.
Yeah, exactly. Get the whole family. I wanted to ask you about Clouds. I thought that was such a great, inspiring film too, a true story, kind of remarkable. Tell me about your involvement in that film and what it was like, because I really enjoyed, I thought it was such a powerful story and film.
Yeah, it was crazy powerful. It was my first time playing a real character, and so I had to like adapt to what it would actually feel like and make it as real as I could. And it was a great experience. I actually got that role while I was working on the set of Hunter x Hunter,
Wow.
which was a crazy transition because I had to film my scenes really fast. The people of Hunter x Hunter were so accommodating. They helped me get out as fast as I can because I had to fly to Montreal to film.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a lot of emotions. I didn't know what was happening half the time, but it was really great. And once I got to filming Clouds, it was so emotional, and I was just so happy I got to be a part of the story and help share Zach's Zach's full story. And I was the younger sister of Zach, in case you didn't know.
Right. And the crazy thing too, so you were doing both films at the same time, basically, yeah?
Back to back, yeah.
Wow, that's something.
Yeah.
That's to pull that off. Luckily, they were both shooting in Canada, in that
Yeah.
aspect of it. You have to leave the country. Wanted to finally kind of ask you about. I remember seeing you guys. You've grown up so much, but it's been what, 7 years or so since you started in Chucky.
Yeah.
And I remember that doll was like almost your size, literally.
Oh my God,
So
yeah.
big. Tell me about that. And what was it like to be on a set of a Chucky film? Because you've done 2 of them. And yeah, was that doll freaky actually? Because it was so big. I couldn't believe it, how big they made it.
Well, because I was so young, I never heard of Chucky before. And so when I showed up, I wasn't sure exactly what I was expecting. I thought he was going to be this cute little doll, kind of crazy, but I just hold him. But really, he was just massive, literally almost the size of me. Sometimes I couldn't
Heavy
even
too?
hold him.
Was it heavy?
Yeah, they put him on a stick at one point because I was struggling to hold him for so long. So he was just propped up, and I was like, look, I'm holding him. But yeah, the normal Chucky, creepy, but the one with scars I was more scared of. I remember one person asked me if I wanted to hold him at one point, and I was like, no, thank you. And they gave him to me, and I was like, okay. But yeah, the whole thing was really cool.
Yeah, that's a cool experience, especially seeing that. Wow, in a crazy way, that was like your first kind of appearances on screen, and now you're
Yeah,
full-fledged teenager, and you were a child back then. So
yeah, it's crazy.
funny
It's
way.
been 8 years since I filmed it, which that's half my life.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You grow up on screen in that way. And want to close off asking you, what are some of your hobbies and interests? What are things you like to do? What does Summer like to do when you're free, and your hobbies and interests that you like to do outside of like acting and performing?
Well, I really like writing and being creative in any way. I enjoy like painting, but especially writing. Something about it. I'm taking lots of writing classes, and so it's really relaxing. It doesn't feel like school when I'm in school.
Mhm.
Yeah, and like hanging out with friends, of course, but COVID, so
Right.
yeah.
I'm kind of curious. I haven't talked to anyone your age and high school age. What are you guys doing? Is it all virtual? How weird is school in a sense now? Because I can't even imagine what it would be like now. I
Yeah.
used to, like, you miss one day of school, you get written up or something, but now you're not going. What has that been like for you?
Well, actually, my school is making it's kind of weird. We go like every other day, and then the days we're
Hmm.
not there, we do online. But half the school's like split in half, so you only see half the school when you go there. They're like day one and day two. It's kind of confusing, but
Wow.
basically I see half the school one day and then I go home and then I do it again.
And are you like in your junior year? Which year are you?
I'm in grade 11, yeah.
Grade 11. That's right. So one more year of it. Wow. Well, hopefully things get
Yeah.
back to normal. I mean, this is just such a crazy time and everything, but
Yeah.
it's cool to see you, like I said, seeing you grow up on the screen and doing such cool work now, especially, like I said, back-to-back films I recently seen you in. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for what's ahead for you in the future.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Oh, absolutely. You're doing great, Summer. So keep up the great work, stay safe and healthy, and
Thank you. You too.
happy holidays to you and your family.
Yeah, happy holidays, Jim.
Thanks for bearing with all this computer stuff.
Of course. Thanks for sticking with me.
Absolutely. Take care, Summer.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Want to snag a wolf? You gotta outwolf him.